Hello everybody and welcome to Frank Plays Pokemon. As you can guess from the title, I'm Frank, just playing Pokemon, and the purpose of this video is to show you the grind as a sort of normal, not hardcore, just a standard player, going from level 70 to level 80. So let's open this up and we'll have a look at my account. So I started here on the 17th of February 2026 and we've made it to level 70 by August. Now there has been some money spent on the account, not a lot. I'm not a free to play player in that sense. We have bought some incubators and raid passes, but it's entirely dependent on which event is on. For example, I do normally buy it in monthly passes, the monthly Go pass, so we've got the August one there. However, for this week's Water Festival, the bonuses didn't warrant me buying the pass. To show you even further, we've got 106 coins there, which are used from Pokemon getting kicked out of gyms, and we're quite far on this month's level on the road to rewards, just because there were certain events where I really wanted to hatch some shinies. For example, shiny Smom in the event that's just gone. So yeah, we generally only buy passes as such when we need them. If there's anything particularly good in raid hour, we got the free Reggies coming up this week, so I wouldn't make too much of an effort for them personally. So distance walked, we do spend a majority of my free time playing Pokemon, and since February I've had a lot of free time, so that's where we've clocked up 3,000 kilometers of walking. We have caught 79,129 Pokemon. I don't know whether these stats are good, whether it's fast for the time I've been playing, or slow. What I will say is obviously the EXP curve has been boosted of late with a lot of XP boosted events, and the XP you can gain from gifts. So you can see their total XP 89,776,618. I guess I'll start by showing you where we are at level 70 already, and we are halfway through. I did want to start this as soon as I hit level 70, but time didn't allow me, and what we've accrued in XP already is down purely to the 5 times XP on offer during this week's Water Festival event, which has actually been probably my favourite event of the year. Just the spawns, I've had some unbelievable shinies, which we'll get into in a minute. So yeah, this is what we are, this is what we're doing. You can see I've completed 3 of the tasks already. Now they were to make 999 nice throws, catch 100 Pokemon in a single day. That was fairly easy, and then another one was earn 15 platinum medals. Now we have already earned that through our time playing. As you can see from the types, it's just the dragon types remaining, so less than 500 left to catch there. We should hit that pretty soon, on the thought. And then in terms of our stats, we've got the Kanto medal there. We've caught 50,000 Pokemon. We've hatched over 2,500 eggs. Eggs isn't one of my favourite parts of the game. I think it's quite an outdated mechanic now. The shiny rates are not, just don't make it interesting. I only really go for it if there's a Pokemon that I really particularly want. So as I said, shiny Snom from the last event, I really wanted that. That was its debut. Spin 2,000 unique Pokestops, we're well ahead of that. Catch 1,000 Pikachu, that was done not that long ago, only during the recent event where we had all the different Pikachu costumes. That really helped. We catched the 28 unknowns during Global Go Tour this year. We've got the 100 Pokemon from Johto, and then I'm very big on field research tasks. When you see my Hondo shortly, you might think, how did he get so many? And that's because we are grinding field tasks constantly. We have 25 best friends. I've beaten 192 different species of Pokemon in raids. We've got to the final raid screen 760 times, and that's where the platinum medals end currently. So if we go and have a look at which ones we are close to getting, scientists evolve 2,000 Pokemon on the grind to get into the level 80s, when I'll be using lucky eggs to evolve Pokemon. That number's going to soar dramatically. Go Rocket members, 1400 done there. Again, that's it. When I started the game, it wasn't one of my favourite things to do, but it's actually now, I fight every Rocket grunt I see. The leader's not so much. I'm hunting the shiny actually from Cliff at the moment, so I tend to wait for him. Hoenn, we are waiting on 2 Pokemon there, but we'll go through that shortly. Alola, again, waiting on Pokemon, and same with Unova. Backpacker, we still have quite a few stops to get. Gym leader, again, gym's not one of the aspects of the game I'm particularly fussed about. I use it for the 50 coins and that's about it. I very rarely attack or take down anyone else's gym. It's just very time consuming and I'm constantly on the move. Kalos, again, this one, Mega Evolution Guru, we're quite a few off of getting the thing, but with the Mega Ascension Tour coming up next week, we should be able to get that ticked off. This one, another one, we're just 3 away from catching 500 XXL Pokemon. I've never really kept track of this one. I tend to keep them and use them as evolution fodder. And yeah, I mean, there's some here we're never going to get close to getting. I mean, I don't train with the standard Candela Spark sort of training routines in the battle section, and again I very rarely utilize the Smeargle photo bombs. So just getting into my account then, if we sort by number, make things a little bit easier. You can see I haven't got a lot of storage, haven't paid for a lot of storage at the moment. I tend to use the coins that I get from being kicked out of gyms to go towards storage, so that I can amass more XSL Pokemon and win some more showcases and try and get that medal. We go, the first Pokemon I caught, or very first, it should be Zygarde. This was from the research. I obviously caught Pokemon before that, but not many. They're no longer with us, and also you can see here actually my first shiny, which was a Sableye. I caught that, I believe it was during the Lunar Research, which was the first event which was happening when I played. Same as this Substreaker here, and this one. And what I find is quite annoying actually, that they don't put the event in which you caught these Pokemon at the bottom, unless it's they do for Go Fest or Global Tour and things like that, but they don't actually do it here, which is quite annoying, as there's so many shinies I've got, and I generally tend to remember where I've got them from, but they don't tend to put that at the bottom, which would be quite cool, because I like also collecting shinies and costume Pokemon from other countries. Even though I haven't been there, it's quite cool to have a tag. Let's look for an example. So this shiny Arboliva, when it loads, you know, Nagasaki tag there, from the Pokemon Go Wild area. They should do that for every event. So the Water Festival event running at the moment, it would be cool if we could just, let's change that, you know, this Jupiter here, caught in the wild, but it should say during Go Water Festival or whatever. It would add a nice touch to the shinies, I feel, and London as well. London's a big place. You know, I caught some shiny Charmander and Squirtle during the Shoreditch events recently. It's not hard to differentiate between the different boroughs of London. So we will go in and we'll go back and we'll look at our shinies. All the shiny Kanto starters. I've got some shiny costumes there. I'm just going to go through and pick out some of my favourites. This is my one and only Shundo, and that is a Pikachu that was caught. There was an event on in February. Interesting, it's only like a week and a half after I started the game, and I had no idea at the time that what the importance of a Shundo was. I haven't got one since. I've been close. I've got some 98s, and we'll go through that. But yeah, quite a few here. There's 472 in the storage, as you can see. I'll go into my shiny decks shortly, and you can see the individual. This will be a shiny coming up soon. We've just got one more task to complete. There, we've got a shiny Mewtwo, a couple of shiny Dragonite, so we've got quite a few. So if we go shiny and legend, There here. We've got the Articuno, that came from a Go Pass earlier in the year. We've got the Dynamax Regirock and Regice, a Latias, we got that in a lucky trade, but the stats are abysmal. A Mewtwo we got from a recent Go Fest, Kyogre Groudon, and this is one of my absolute favourites. We got this remote trade during the recent Go Global Tour. A shiny Uxie with a background, look at that. That is one of my favourites. Remotely caught there. That's superb. That's probably my favourite shiny. We've got Dialga, Palkia, Giratina. Yeah, shiny Salgaleo, another one of my favourites. And this shiny Zacian, I'm looking to mirror that with somebody. Let's go shiny and Shadow. So Shadow Steelix there, a Curlier. This is the only one that I've got from a standard grunt. That was very recently actually. Yeah, 30th of July, brilliant. Dusclops from the previous events, Walrein from a raid, the Dialga, the Palkia, Cresselia. We haven't got the Giratina yet, but I have already got a shiny Giratina in that form, so I'm not too fussed. We still need that shiny Shadow Axew as well. Moving away from the shinies, we have got 94 Hondos. Now, like I said, these are mostly from field research. Some of them are wild. I seem to feel I get very, very, very fortunate with Hondos. Yeah, obviously there's quite a few good there. Lots of variety. We've got the Hondo Stonjourner. That's quite useful when you're doing the flying rockets. And we have also got some shiny 98s, a Raichu and a Varuma. I hatched that Varuma. I was so happy with that during the event where he was in the 12k eggs. So yeah, we'll also have a look just quickly at my level 50 Pokemon. So, a couple of Charizards. It was my first Hundo. We've maxed out the Shundo, Pikachu. We've got a Mega Raichu, a Mega Starmie, an Arcanine, a Dragonite there, which was purified. I got that from a Rocket Grunt. 3 of them are Community Day Pokemon there, so that's the Frigibax, the Hydreigon, and the Inteleon. And just as you can see there, if we go on the Dragapult Buddy 5, we've only got 2 best buddies. It's not a feature I've really used before. I'm working on it, and so both the Galarian Moltres shiny best buddied and a level 50 Dragapult. And to be honest, with the Dragapult, it wasn't done by accident, but I needed Candy XLs to max it, and yeah, there we have. So apart from that, there isn't really anything else. So I'm not a big costume collector. I will only go hard for it if I really like that costume. Such as the Scuba Pikachu, I really wanted that, we couldn't get that. And the Rubber Ring Psyduck, we haven't been successful in that either. So I've got a few here. We've got the shiny Pichu from the Spring Marathon event that was on recently. The shiny Wurmple, and most of these Pikachus will be traded away. Anything you see with a custom name is being traded to that person. So yeah, nothing too fancy in a way of shiny costumes. And I don't have anything particularly rare. I'll show you some regionals perhaps. No, I'll show you what. We'll go and have a look at the Pokédex. So, Kanto, Johto complete. Hoenn, I'm just waiting on 2 regionals, and I have got trades lined up for them. So that would be Relicanth and Torkoal. Sinnoh is obviously impossible to complete, and then the rest of these, again, sort of, some of them I can get through trades, some of them haven't been released yet. Shiny Dex, 529 Pokemon, and that, since February for me, is absolutely astonishing. That is a lot of work has gone into that, and that's what I'm most proud of on the account so far. But we're getting sort of sidetracked, so what we're going to do here is just document everything that we do really on the way to level 80. And if we go and have a look at some of these level requirements, 20 platinum medals, we should be okay with that. Follow a route 7 days in a row. I'm not a big route fan. I don't use them. I don't really, there's no benefits apart from getting TMs, which I rarely use as I've got some fairly decent PvP teams. 200 super effective charge attacks, again, shouldn't be a problem, and earn 1 million Stardust. Whilst we're talking on Stardust, I currently have 4.5 million. I've very rarely been over the 2 million mark. It's only with this recent event where we've sort of made any progress on that. And I've got some things to power up to. Let's have a look at that. Level up. So you can see the sort of Pokemon now I'm looking to power up. A lot of them are Hundos, some of them are Megas, Lucky Pokemon, some Shadow Pokemon. Yeah, quite a wide range there, but all of them useful in one way or another. So yeah, I think that's where we're at. We go back here and just look at the requirements. 25 platinum purify and shadows I don't think will be a problem. I sort of had the Stardust now. I don't know if that power up 3 Pokemon to the max CP will have to be a new task, or win 30 raids. Yeah, I mean, it's all pretty, but we'll go through this one by one as we go along. So if you like this, please drop a subscribe. There will be regular videos. Please drop a like. There'll be some out and about videos, some shinies, raiding, lots of stuff coming up. Yeah, I will include my face in some of these, so you know this is obviously not just AI generated concepts. And yeah, I think there's a lot of great YouTubers out there doing a lot of great content, but I just wanted to showcase what it's like maybe for someone who doesn't play as hardcore, that hasn't been playing as long, to see how long it will take us really to get from level 70 to level 80. So as you can see, we're halfway there. You know, it's going to be a fun journey. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see what happens. Take care.